I will never apologize for standing up for an LGBTQ2 plus kids' rights to not have to undergo conversion therapy.
I mean, to be fair to him, it's getting harder and harder to keep up with the acronym. It used to be LGBT, and then it got, LGBTQ, LGBTQI. It's now, he was, I think, trying to say the LGBTQIA2 SSAP plus. And I kind of think, if you can't remember all that, you're basically a homophobe, aren't you? I think this kind of stuff does make a mockery of the gay rights and all of that, and that kind, because it's just so. I mean, the logical endpoint again is you're going to use the whole alphabet, and everyone's got to be there, and it just what's the point?
I don't know. Justin Trudeau reminds me of Christian Bale as Patrick Bateman in American Psycho.
He really does.
The scene where he peels off his face in the mirror. I think he does that every morning and just memorises some woke slogans while selling fighter jets to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. The face he peels off is black.
I always like to imagine a scene of him having laid down a sort of plastic tarpaulin and he's axing to death the most white cisgender member of his cabinet to even it all up.
But that's the thing about Trudeau. I mean, he's seen as people think he's the virtue signaller in chief. He wore those gay pride socks, didn't he? He wore socks to help gay people, and and this kind of this constant need to sort of. But also, I just think a lot of gay people are sick of it. Most gay people I know don't care about these acronyms anymore. They don't want this LGBTQIA plus stuff, mostly because most of us don't know what it means, right? There's that. But also it's just confusing. It alienates people. Yeah. I think when people from the outside look at that, they think, I don't know what I'm expected to say or what I'm expected to do. And it feels kind of tribal and weird and exclusionary.
Yeah, and also the acronyms become so long and now contains every letter of the alphabet. It's like one of those passwords that Google recommends you to have. It's ridiculous. So
it's also like if you get the thing, because there's different groups. There's some people who say it should be LGBTQIA2 SSAP. Other people who say it should be LGBTQIA SAPP.
Yeah, it's like the United People's Front of Judea, and
Yeah.
But it's become so large that it now just includes everyone. So everyone is in this because everybody's been asexual at some point, or
is it? Is it just a kind of an effort, an attempt to make yourself interesting? I mean, I kind of think recently. So when Andrew Cuomo's daughter came out recently as queer, and when she was asked to clarify this, she said, "What I mean by that is I'm demisexual." And what that means is that I only have relationships with men if I have an emotional bond with them. And what that actually means is you're an old-fashioned heterosexual. You're like a Victorian nanny-style heterosexual. That's not queer. Right, being a boring heterosexual isn't queer. Yeah. It's just not. I'm sorry. You don't get to call yourself that. You don't get to think that you're interesting when you're not.
Yeah.
I'm the wrong person to ask. The furthest I get to queer is when I shave. I look a bit like Ellen DeGeneres, but that's about it.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows, and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.